Hello my friend and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do the Jello Jello and Koko and Clare peel off base coats removal. I'll be using the 1 kil. This came with the Jello Jello, or it comes in a set typically. And it's an oil. It's some kind of remover oil. I have no idea what all's in it. I can't read the packaging. It's not in English. But I'm just going around the edges and under the tips of my nails, trying to get that oil up under that nail tip that I'm wearing, the painted desert tips that I've got on. And I'm going to do something a little different here than I've seen anybody else do, and it's just because I wanted my hands clean to do other things. So I'm going to put on a rubber glove and let this stuff just soak on my nails. Get that hand down in there, and that way I can touch things, my telephone, I can watch videos, I can do things. And I did let these sit for probably about 8 minutes. And they're kind of wiggling a little bit, but they're not popping off. And I didn't expect them to at this point. So now I was holding that nail up. I'm getting more of that oil in up under all of these nails. And I'm going to soak them again. I guess call it soaking. It's soaking in the oil stuff. I'm going to put my glove back on and just let them do their magic. The thing about stuff like this, oh, that one just popped right off after another 8 minutes, and I'm just wiping it with a paper towel. Some of my base gel that I'll put on is still on there. Some of them come off and take the base gels with them, and some of them didn't. Now here I'm taking my orange wood stick, and I'm just going around the edge, and I'm not trying to pry these off, because patience is very important if you don't want to mess up your nails. I am just kind of going around loosening the edges a little bit so that I can get more of that oil down in up under that nail so it can do its thing. I am trying to be very, very careful because I do not want to damage my nails. They've been through enough. So here we go. Got the plastic cuticle stick. This is like an orange wood stick, but it's made out of plastic. And I'm just going around it. And I changed to this because the orange wood stick's a little more porous, and that oil was getting in there and kind of like soaking it in water. It was making it kind of come apart, so I decided to use the plastic one. I'm doing the same thing with this as I was doing earlier, just trying to get that opening, just trying to get it open a little bit more so I can get a little bit more of the oil down in there. And I think all in all, I'm going to show you all the process of this with this one is the Jello Jello hand. The other hand is the Koko and Clare, and we're going to get to that later. But we are definitely going to take our time with this, and but I think all in all, for both hands, this took me about 30 minutes. Maybe a little bit more, not too much more, but it was worth it. And I wasn't soaking in acetone, and I really do like that because that acetone just gives my cuticles just such, I mean, it just gets to where my cuticles are so dry. It doesn't matter how much cuticle oil and lotion I use. When I overdo it with the acetone, it's like hard recovery from that. So I do really like that about this. Once again, you just have to be very patient with it. So it's like 8 and 8, 16. So, okay, maybe the one hand took me about 30 minutes. That's what I'm going to say. And we're going to put that glove back on because I do think that really helped. Well, first of all, it kept my hand clean so I could, play on my phone without smearing oil all over it. And I could also go fix a drink and do things with the glove on. You don't have to do this part. I just found it very helpful. Of course, now that I've got all that oil, my fingers are having trouble going down in there. All right. And then we're going to let that sit for a few more minutes. All right. Then we're back in here with our little plastic stick. And I am feeling them loosen up as we're doing this. They're getting looser, and I do like that because I am very impatient. That's why I like regular nail polish and not wearing tips and all that. but there's a time and a place for all of it. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm sharing my experience. I'm letting you know that it took me about 30 minutes to get this hand off. If that's something you don't mind doing, oh, there we go, we got one. No damage, yay. If you don't mind spending the time to do this, then it's worth it. Me, I like regular polish. I can put my little clips on with acetone and, you know, oh, that one's coming off. I can see it wiggling. It's much, much looser. And I'm not like really prying. I'm being very careful. Now that one is pulling the gel base off. See that whole little tab? It's the reinforcement gel, the rubber base gel, and the Born Pretty top coat. That's what I put on my nails because I was hoping to make sure that I didn't, you know, cause more damage doing this set. And I am applying more of this oil, and I can almost guarantee you I'm going to run out of the oil before I run out of the Jello Jello. I really do like it. I think it's great, and from what I understand, the Jello Jello system is supposed to stay on for up to 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, now my my other gel products are coming off with that one too. Not a problem. As long as it kept my nails from getting damaged during this process, that's all I was looking for. I wasn't expecting it to stay on there. It's okay. But what I'm saying is if you're a person that likes to wear their nails 3 or 4 weeks, this might be for you. It does work. But I can't tell you about longevity. I told you that when I applied these, that I would not be able to leave them on for 3 or 4 weeks to see how long they lasted. That's not my jam. Ooh, yay, another one popped off. Very good. And anything you're seeing on my nails, that's gel base. Little bits and pieces. Now I'm wiping them down with some alcohol or acetone. I can't remember what I used. I believe it's acetone. Trying to get any gel polish and remnants up. And kind of scratching around the edges. Because I want all that gel that I had. The reinforcement gel and the rubber base gel and all that. I want that off too. I want everything off. But I am going to show you some pictures here, or a picture here in just a moment. And I did get the other ones off too, but I have added that to the end of the video. That other hand is the Koko and Clare. I got them all off very easily too. I'm sharing that in this video also. But look at that, no damage. Now, I'm fixing to point out some areas, like right here and right here. This is damage that was on my nails way before I did this. This is not from this application, but I'm really happy that there was no damage from this system. Alright, so here's the Koko and Clare, and this is their weekend base. It's a peel-off that you have to cure under a lamp. I just soaked it in warm soapy water with a little bit of olive oil in it. You can use olive oil, or you can use whatever kind of oil you want. Avocado oil. And then I'm using that same little cuticle tool to kind of get around up under them. And I did do these simultaneously. See, over on that other hand, the Jello Jello is still there. That's under the gloves. And I'm just trying to do like I did with the Jello Jello and kind of get up under there a little bit, trying to create like a pocket for the warm water and the soap and the oil to kind of help seep up in there. And I'm just going around all the way around the nail without prying it. Once again, just like the other, patience is much needed for this. I'm just used to being able to slap some little nail clips on an acetone and be done, like, you know, in 7 minutes per hand or something, you know. But this is working. And I know somebody's going to ask which one do I like better. And I'm just going to be straight up honest. I'm going to use both of them because I have both systems, so I'm going to use both of them. But I think I like the Koko and Clare better. And I'll tell you why. It's because you don't need the 1 kill remover. This is done with hot soapy water with oil. I always have water. I always have dish soap. And I always have oil. And I do think that these came off on this hand a little easier. And that's just my take on it. just remember, everybody has different chemistry when it comes to your nails, your nail beds, what works for you, what works for others. And there might be some people out there that totally can, make these last longer, or they don't last at all. I mean, everybody's got a different story to tell. I'm just sharing mine with y'all. I do like this. Now, see, this one, I'm also that rubber base, rubber gel, whatever, reinforcement base, all that's coming off of these too. But I am happy to announce that on both of these, the Jello Jello and the Koko and Clare, I didn't have any damage on my nails. Now, I do want to try the Jello Jello and the Koko and Clare just under gel polish. No tips, no glue, no none of that. So stay tuned for that. I will give that a try for you and show you what my experience is with that. Now, here again, I'm just kind of getting under there. This one's feeling loose. It's just kind of stuck in a couple of places, and we're just working all the way around it very patiently. But just keep soaking it. Go heat up the water again if you need to, and soak it some more, and then come back to it. That's what I've done. I think these came off a little easier, but the Koko and Clare is called Weekend Base. It's meant to last for a couple of days, whereas the Jello Jello could technically last you 3 to 4 weeks. So it's really all up to you. But I did want to show them side by side because they are options. They're the options that I have ran across. I'm sure there are other ones too. I've seen people do this with, peel off. So here is my Koko and Clare hand. No damage to these nails. Very, very happy. And here's a still picture coming up. And that is my experience with both of these products. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself.